Hey everyone, welcome back after a long time. I kind of vanished for a few months, but yes, I'm back and we'll talk. We'll talk a lot as well. So let's start. Grade 3, a teacher in my school scolded me saying that you are the most dumbest girl I've ever seen in my life. Wait, was I? Well, I thought so during that time, but I had my mom who told me that you are a princess. Not a princess who just wears the shiny clothes, but a princess who wears the logic. After saying these words, she got busy in her works. Now it was up to me to understand that and make me feel the smartest. I started thinking, why did she said that? I don't do maths when I'm at home. I read poems all the time. And what is it like to wear the logic? I started thinking very hard and I fell asleep. The next morning I woke up, washed my face, and opened my favorite book and started reading the poems again. Page 47, Your World by Georgina something. I forgot her full name, but the poem was something like this. Your world is as big as you make it. I know for I used to abide in the narrowest nest in a corner, my wings pressing close to my side. My world was my school, the world where I wanted to be smart, confident, and yes, logical. I didn't want it to be a girl who just loves the poems. Rather, I wanted to be a girl who knows what algebra is. My narrowest nest was my desk where I used to sit just to finish my homeworks. But this time I sat for hours, studied whole unit of algebra, solved every problems of my textbooks, and my wings were all the pages that I filled with the logic. I used to memorize like constant variables. The value of variable changes where the value of the constants remains the same. So Binda Khodka, you have to be a constant. But no, there's no fun in being constant, so I will be a variable. Well, it seems like I took that very seriously. And finally, a day to fly results. Did I become the most smartest student of the class? No. But I understood what my mom said. I wore the logic. Importance. Sometimes in life we have to do the things that we don't love because they are important. Learning algebra for me was my first step of falling in love with maths. I stopped reading poems for months. My mind was busy understanding x, y, and x equals 12. A plus b equals 9, and what is the value of a and b? The year of 2023, I'm walking on my way to home. It's raining. I'm standing under the building watching people moving. The bikes, cars, buses, and all the constants and variables racing to reach the value beside the sign equals to. Are they moving with a logic? But most importantly, am I moving with the logic? Why am I busy doing the things that are making me sad? Bindu Khodka, where is the logic? What are you even doing? What is the plan? How necessary is it to prioritize our things? Is being caught up with your plans and goals equals to being selfish? Have you ever asked questions like these to yourself? Well, if the answer is yes, then thank you for making me feel normal. And what are the answers to all these questions? Well, let's trace them one by one. Question number 1. Why am I doing the things that are making me sad? Have you ever been on a phase where you feel like things are possible but you just feel that you cannot do it? But the reality is, you can do it. Everyone else around you is telling you that, don't worry, you'll do it in a second. But you are the one who believes that it's not possible. There's a voice that rules over your body saying, there's no chance you can do it. The voice keeps on going louder and louder saying, no, it's not possible. It's not even possible. You cannot do it. And why does this happen? To be honest, I don't know a lot about all the neuroscience terms and facts to justify this question. I just have my experiences to relate with this feeling. The first time I experienced this, I didn't know what happened. Somehow I managed to pass through that time and I came home. The moment I stepped inside my room, I started blaming myself, saying very hurtful things. It feels a bit good when we can blame others for our failures, but when you blame yourself, then that feeling is very bad. The second time, I was aware that things like before can repeat, and I got an advice. The moment you start feeling like that, try to distract yourself by looking at the things present around you. If you see a newspaper, pick it up and start reading. If you see a glass of water, drink it. And if you see a bird flying, fly with it. Wait, that's not possible. So yes, the main point is distracting yourself. And does it work? Well, yes, it works, but it only works well when you exactly know what are the roots of this feeling, from where are the triggers being triggered. And I didn't know the roots during that time. That day, I then took a bus to come home. I started walking in search of my roots. I was carrying a bottle of water with a quote, I am a superhero on it. And I felt like a superhero in a mission to save myself. And yes, luckily I found the roots, not on a way, but within myself. Getting stuck into the past, remembering the time when you did something wrong according to you, but actually they were not wrong, was my trigger. And if you also feel the same, then you have to find the trigger. When a baby falls down while learning to walk, we don't get angry or beat them up. Rather, we put our hands forward, lift them up, and start walking together with them. I was being sad because I didn't know my roots. Now that I know my roots, I have to work on them. And how am I going to work on them? With plans. And how do we make plans? If there is a feeling like this, at first we accept it. After that, we become aware and try to distract ourselves. It's just a feeling of minutes and will definitely go away, but you have to be prepared. And this takes us to our question number 2. Does prioritizing refers being selfish? I've always heard put yourself before anyone else, and I always took it as like, how can someone be this selfish, dude? Your whole life will be waste if you'll not do anything for others. It's all about sharing, caring, and growing together. Was I wrong? Yes, it's always you before anyone else. Just 2 days back, I was sitting with a friend of mine and we were talking about how quickly the time passed and what were the silly mistakes that we did, how cheated we felt from our so-called close friends, and a lot of things like these. And during our conversations, he ended up giving me a realization of how I don't know the meaning of word prioritization. I grew up watching my family living a saying, if someone is in need of help, then you have to help them. And I kept doing this. When do I need your help? You know more than me. Can you please help me doing this? Oh my god, I haven't done this before. I'm panicking. Can you please fix this problem? Please, please, please. helps like these. How stupid it is to sacrifice your own peace of mind to fix someone else's pleasures. The main question here is, do you really want to do this? If the answer is yes, then this falls in your priority. But if the answer is no, then stop doing this. If you don't like doing something that's not important for you, then it's sure that you are calling a guilt to rule over you. And do we want this? No. So what do? We prioritize. Invest time on doing things that are important, things that adds value to you. By this, I'm not saying to not think of others. Life is still about sharing, caring, and growing together, but we should know to care for ourselves first. Getting caught up with your plans and goals will definitely make you feel like normal things are fading away from you. You'll have questions like, what about the people that we will hurt on our way of pleasing ourselves? But do we really have to worry about that? No. If you know what you are doing and why you are doing it, and if you are doing something for good, then good things will always be good. But again, if something went wrong, then we still have apologies, a sorry, and a lot of lessons to not repeat that mistake again. So yes, prioritizing, setting boundaries, getting busy on your plans, being greedy for your dreams is not selfish. With this, I'm concluding this episode. If you remember, I shared a poem at the beginning and I connected it with my life. When we are small, we imagine a very big world of ours, the world where everything is possible. But slowly, the world starts shrinking with a lot of factors like fears, traumas, and bad experiences. My world was big when I was small, but I started growing, changing, and adapting with the situations of life, and the world slowly started changing with my new experiences. But whatever happens, the learning is that if we move with the logic, then problems will be solved. If today is difficult, then tomorrow will definitely be easy. And yes, with this, I'm growing. I feel I'm growing. Do I have to compare my journey? No. What do I have to do? Be aware, find the logic, prioritize, solve problems. Yes, sing a song. What song should I sing? You see, there is a confusion. Now I should know the state of my mind right now and sing a song. What is the state of my mind right now? Aware. What is the song that matches this state of mind? Well, I'll leave this up to you. Thank you.